Knob and tube wiring, often called K&T wiring, is an outdated electrical wiring system prevalent in homes and buildings constructed before the 1950s. While some installations may still be operational, it's crucial to understand the significant safety concerns associated with this type of wiring. Firstly, K&T wiring lacks a grounding conductor. This is a critical safety feature in modern electrical systems. A grounding conductor provides a path for electrical faults to travel back to the source, tripping a circuit breaker or fuse and preventing electrical shocks and fires. Without this grounding conductor, electrical faults can energize metal objects and surfaces, posing a shock hazard. Electrical fire risk is another key concern. The insulation used in K&T wiring, typically made of cotton and rubber, is highly flammable. Over time, this insulation can deteriorate, becoming brittle and prone to cracking. If exposed to heat sources, such as incandescent lights or overloaded circuits, the insulation can ignite, leading to a fire. Additionally, K&T wiring can cause electrical interference, also known as electromagnetic interference or EMI. The absence of proper grounding and shielding in K&T systems can result in EMI, which can disrupt the function of electronic devices and appliances. This interference can manifest as static in audio equipment, distorted images on televisions, or erratic behavior in computers and other sensitive electronics. Despite these safety concerns, some argue that K&T wiring can remain in operation if it remains undisturbed and in good condition. However, it's essential to carefully weigh the advantages and disadvantages before making this decision. One perceived advantage is that many homes and rental properties still have K&T wiring, and if it remains undisturbed, it might not present an immediate hazard. However, this should not be misconstrued as an endorsement of its safety or suitability for modern electrical demands. The disadvantages of K&T wiring far outweigh any perceived benefits. As previously mentioned, the safety concerns, including the lack of grounding, flammable insulation, and potential for electrical interference, make it highly inadvisable to rely on K&T wiring as a primary electrical system. K&T wiring also has a limited current capacity. It was not designed to handle the high electrical demands of modern appliances and electronics. Overloading K&T circuits can cause overheating, insulation damage, and an increased risk of fire. Furthermore, K&T wiring can be difficult to maintain. It is fragile and can be easily damaged during renovations or repairs. Disturbing K&T wiring can compromise its integrity and increase the risk of electrical hazards. Insurance issues are also a significant consideration. Some insurance companies may refuse to insure homes with K&T wiring or may require expensive upgrades to meet their safety standards. This can significantly impact the cost of homeownership and limit insurance options. Given these concerns, what is the best approach to dealing with K&T wiring? In general, if the wiring is in good condition and not causing any problems, it may be possible to leave it alone. However, it is strongly recommended to have the wiring replaced if any of the following conditions apply. Firstly, if the wiring is damaged or has frayed insulation. Secondly, if the wiring is overloaded or causing frequent power outages. Thirdly, if the wiring is exposed to heat sources or moisture. And fourthly, if the homeowner or tenants experience electric shocks or notice electrical oddities. And fifthly, if the insurance company requires an upgrade. It's crucial to address these issues promptly to minimize the risk of electrical hazards. Should you attempt to replace K&T wiring yourself, or should you hire a professional? Replacing K&T wiring is a complex and dangerous task that should only be undertaken by qualified electricians. Attempting to do it yourself can lead to serious electrical hazards, including electric shocks, fires, and even death. Licensed electricians have the knowledge, skills, and equipment necessary to safely and effectively replace K&T wiring, ensuring that the new wiring meets modern safety standards. When replacing K&T wiring, several important considerations should be taken into account. Firstly, it's essential to obtain the necessary permits and comply with all applicable electrical codes. This ensures that the work is done safely and legally. Secondly, the new wiring should be properly grounded to provide protection against electrical shocks and fires. This typically involves installing a new grounding electrode system and connecting all metal objects and surfaces to the grounding system. Thirdly, the new wiring should be sized appropriately to handle the electrical demands of modern appliances and electronics. This prevents overloading the circuits and reduces the risk of overheating and fires. Fourthly, the new wiring should be installed in a neat and professional manner, using proper wiring methods and materials. This ensures the long-term reliability and safety of the electrical system. Fifthly, the old K and T wiring should be removed or abandoned in a safe and proper manner. This prevents it from becoming a future hazard. This may involve disconnecting the wiring from the electrical system and removing it from the walls and ceilings, or leaving it in place and capping off the ends of the wires. It's also important to understand the different types of wiring that can be used to replace K and T wiring. The most common types of wiring used in residential applications include non-metallic sheath cable, also known as NM cable or Romex, and electrical metallic tubing, also known as EMT conduit. NM cable consists of 2 or more insulated conductors wrapped in a plastic sheath. It is relatively easy to install and is suitable for most residential wiring applications. EMT conduit consists of thin-walled metal tubing that is used to protect electrical conductors. It is more durable than NM cable and is often used in commercial and industrial applications. The choice of wiring type will depend on the specific application and local electrical codes. In conclusion, while K and T wiring may still be functional in some older homes, it is an outdated and unsafe electrical system that does not meet modern safety standards. If the wiring is in good condition, it may be possible to leave it in place. However, any concerns about safety or insurance issues should prompt immediate consultation with a qualified electrician to assess the wiring and recommend the best course of action. Replacing K and T wiring is a complex and dangerous task that should only be undertaken by qualified professionals. By understanding the risks associated with K and T wiring and taking appropriate steps to address them, homeowners can ensure the safety of their homes and families. Furthermore, it's crucial to understand the potential impact of K and T wiring on property values. Homes with outdated electrical systems may be less attractive to potential buyers, and lenders may be hesitant to provide financing. Upgrading the electrical system can increase the value of the property and make it more marketable. In addition to the safety and financial benefits of replacing K and T wiring, there are also environmental considerations to keep in mind. Older electrical systems can be less energy efficient than modern systems, leading to higher energy bills and increased carbon emissions. Upgrading the electrical system can improve energy efficiency and reduce the environmental impact of the home. When choosing an electrician to replace K and T wiring, it's important to select a licensed and insured professional with experience in this type of work. Ask for references and check online reviews to ensure that the electrician has a good reputation. Get multiple bids from different electricians and compare their prices and services. Be sure to ask about the electrician's qualifications, experience, and insurance coverage. It's also a good idea to ask for a written estimate before the work begins. The estimate should include a detailed breakdown of the costs, including labor, materials, and permits. Once the work is complete, be sure to inspect it carefully to ensure that it meets your expectations and complies with all applicable codes. If you have any concerns, address them with the electrician immediately. Finally, remember that electrical safety is an ongoing process. Regularly inspect your electrical system for any signs of damage or wear and tear. Replace any damaged or worn-out components immediately. Test your ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, monthly to ensure that they are working properly. And never attempt to perform electrical work unless you are qualified to do so. If you have any questions or concerns about electrical safety, consult with a qualified electrician. By taking these precautions, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and ensure the safety of your home and family. It's also worth noting that some jurisdictions have specific regulations regarding K and T wiring. These regulations may require homeowners to replace K and T wiring when selling or renovating their homes. Check with your local building department to determine if any such regulations apply to you. Understanding these regulations can help you avoid costly fines and delays. In addition to replacing K&T wiring, there are other steps that can be taken to improve electrical safety in older homes. These steps include installing arc fault circuit interrupters, RFCIs, in bedrooms and other areas where arc faults are likely to occur. RFCIs are devices that detect arc faults, which are a common cause of electrical fires. They trip the circuit breaker when an arc fault is detected, preventing the fire from starting. Another step is to install surge protectors to protect electronic equipment from power surges. Power surges can damage sensitive electronic equipment such as computers, televisions, and appliances. Surge protectors can help to prevent this damage by diverting excess voltage away from the equipment. It's also a good idea to have a qualified electrician inspect your electrical system periodically to identify any potential problems. A thorough inspection can reveal hidden hazards and ensure that your electrical system is functioning safely and efficiently. The electrician can also make recommendations for upgrades and repairs to improve electrical safety. And remember to never overload electrical outlets or extension cords. Overloading can cause the wires to overheat, increasing the risk of fire. Use power strips with built-in circuit breakers to prevent overloading. Also, avoid running extension cords under rugs or furniture. This can trap heat and damage the cord, increasing the risk of fire. By taking these additional steps, you can further enhance electrical safety in your home and protect your family from electrical hazards. Furthermore, consider the impact of K&T wiring on home automation systems. Modern home automation systems often require a stable and reliable electrical supply, which may not be provided by K&T wiring. Upgrading the electrical system can ensure that home automation systems function properly and safely. It's also important to be aware of the potential for asbestos in older homes with K&T wiring. Asbestos was commonly used as insulation in electrical wiring and other building materials. If you suspect that your home may contain asbestos, have it tested by a qualified professional before undertaking any renovations or repairs. Disturbing asbestos can release harmful fibers into the air, posing a health risk. And finally, remember that electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. Educate your family members about electrical hazards and teach them how to use electricity safely. By working together, you can create a safe and healthy home environment. In summary, while K&T wiring may have served its purpose in the past, it is now an outdated and unsafe electrical system that poses significant risks. Replacing K&T wiring is a complex and costly undertaking, but it is an investment in the safety and well-being of your home and family. By understanding the risks and taking appropriate steps to address them, you can ensure that your home is electrically safe and up to code. This information is intended for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice from a qualified electrician. Always consult with a licensed electrician before undertaking any electrical work.